But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing What If Deku Had the Force, Part 1. This is actually a throwback to my first ever What If. That What If was What If Deku Had the Force. And, I've seen a lot of What If Deku Had the Force, videos, and I feel like I could have done it a lot better. In case you guys did not know, I have already done one other redo of a video, and that was What If Deku was Spider-Man. So if you want to check that out, I would recommend it, honestly. I feel like I did that really well. And once again, Discord helped me pick out the thumbnail. Well, they didn't really get to help me pick out the thumbnail this time, but I told them first about the thumbnail. And another thing, if you want to get to talk with me, I would recommend joining the Discord because, I won't always reply to your comments. Like, if you put a comment down in the comment section, I won't always see it, and I won't always reply to it. So, if you want a 99.99% chance to get to talk with me, I would recommend joining the Discord. Because honestly, we have a lot of fun in there. We have a bunch of people who like to post memes on there, and if you like memes and you like my what ifs, join the Discord. It's really fun, and if you want the chance to get to help me pick out the thumbnail or pick out the video, I would recommend you join that. Because Discord will always be the first people to know when I'm recording and when I am making a thumbnail. So, yeah, they will always be the first to see the thumbnail and, get to talk with me. So, yeah, if you want that chance, go to the link in the description and check out my Discord. Trust me, it's a blast. It's only one click, and Discord's free. So just click it. And if you enjoy the What If, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, United States of Smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, and if you guys like The Sims, then you guys will love my playthrough with Simi. I would recommend you guys go over to his channel, SIMEYE, on YouTube, and check out his Sims playthrough. I am playing it with him. So yeah, if you like gaming videos, like if you like Minecraft videos, I would go check him out. He makes some pretty cool videos, and he does story times and all that. I hope to be doing creepypastas and story times. There will be a poll right now. Would you like to see creepypastas and story times? Because I have been planning on downloading Reddit, going through some stories, and, reading them out to you guys. So, if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys go ahead and pull up in the right-hand screen. Because, who knows, you might actually like them. So, yeah, if you want to see those, make sure you poll yes. But if you don't, poll no. So with all that out of the way, it's about time we start. Sorry for, the long intro. very, very sorry. But had to get all that stuff out of the way. So let's begin. So, Deku, when he's around 4 years old, would start having these dreams. He would have a dream of these cloaked figures. Each time he had the dream, they would just stand there. But progressively through each dream, the robed figures would walk a step closer each time. He would always wake up in a bed full of sweat, and his mother didn't know what was going on. So one day, she took him to the quirk doctor, and what the quirk doctor said devastated Deku. Devastated him. Deku was furious. He thought he would be sad, but he's just furious. He's in so much pain. He doesn't know what to say. The quirk doctor said he didn't have a quirk. Inko immediately steps in and says, "Wait, you must be kidding. He must have a quirk. Me and his father both had a quirk. Don't you think he should have inherited one?" And the quirk doctor said, "Nope. He's quirkless. Give it up. He must go jump off the building. He won't be making it anywhere." With those words, Deku just snapped. Like something inside him, it was like a key to turn on a car. Someone had just flipped the switch. And Deku said, "Want to say that again?" And the doctor said, "Yeah, sure. You don't have a quirk." And then Deku screams as he force chokes the doctor and lifts him into the air as his eyes have turned completely yellow. He's like, "Say that again in my good ear. Because it sounded like you talked down to me. As if I was some lowly lowlife. So tell me it again, doctor. What did you say?" As the doctor is gasping for air, as he can feel his windpipes being crushed. As the doctor says, "You don't have a quirk." As Deku says, "Ah!" as he force pushes the doctor out a window, as he falls to his inevitable death. Deku is just furious right now. As Inko tries to calm him down, Deku turns around and lifts up his fingers in a choking position as Inko is lifted into the air. Deku saying, "You betrayed me. You didn't give me a quirk. You betrayed me." As Inko's like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." As she's gasping for air, Deku says, "Sorry isn't enough for the pothole you left in my heart. You betrayed me. Imagine what everyone at school is gonna say. I'm gonna be a lowlife. I'm gonna be bullied. And it's all your fault." As his grasp gets tighter around her throat, as she's gasping for air, she says, "I love you, Izuku. You don't have to do this." as Deku says, as he passes out onto the ground from exhaustion. Inko drops to the ground, gasping for air, as her first instinct is to check on Deku immediately. Even after Deku was holding her there by her throat with some kind of invisible hand, she didn't care. He was her son. She crawls over to Deku, weak from the lack of air she was just experiencing. She holds Deku up as she checks his pulse. He's still alive. Thank goodness. As security busts down the door after they saw the dead body. They ask what happened, and Inko says he threw himself out the window. He threw himself out the window after attempting to strangle me. He threw himself out the window. Do you need us to call an EMS for you? And Inko says, no, I'll be fine. But inside, Inko is just afraid. She's afraid of what will happen when he wakes up. Will he kill me? No, he's my son. He would never. But would he? On the car ride, she just can't help but thinking that. And as she zones out in thought, BAM! She collides with a truck, sending their car over the bridge, falling onto Dagobah Beach, straight onto a gas canister, causing the car to ignite in just flames, and more flames. Inko is immediately killed on impact, but Deku wakes up as all he can feel is his insides being burnt to a crisp. Deku screams in agony as he looks for his mom as he sees her. A metal piece stabbed her straight through the heart, or impaled her straight through the heart, almost impaling Deku. Deku passes out, but when he wakes up, he turns around to see the car explode into into a furious inferno. Deku is just trying to crawl his way with his severely burned hands. He's just crawling and inching his way towards the road. His hands so shaky as he moves each step, pulling sand back as he just keeps inching closer. Deku just can't breathe. As each breath he takes, it feels like his lungs are just collapsing inside of him. Each breath he takes, he sounds like he's on some kind of machine. He's on some kind of machine. He doesn't know how to breathe. He's forgetting how. Deku snaps himself out of it as he starts inching closer to the road again. Then the EMS and police arrive and they go down the hill to see Deku inching his way closer. One of the medics screams as she passes out The other medic quickly runs down there and puts an oxygen mask on him as they put him on a stretcher. Deku is immediately put in just horrible pain, agonizing pain, as they set him down. It's like having a really, really bad sunburn and then laying down on your bed. That's how bad it is, but way worse because he's been burnt to a crisp. And Deku's just screaming and screaming from the pain. The other medic wakes up and she's immediately put into tears from hearing the little kid's screams of agony. The police officer slaps her to snap her out of it and tells her to get in there and help him. As she does so, the fire engines arrive and they put out the fire of the car just to see Inko's body that has been mutilated, impaled, and burnt to a crisp. Like burnt toast, but very burnt. Deku is just screaming in agony all the way there. Deku's father gets word of this, because Deku's father and Inko separated a long time ago. And since then, Deku's father has become really rich. Like, really rich. Way richer than, the richest man, alive in real life. Way richer than him. So Deku's dad gets word of this and he immediately gets on the first flight to Japan. And when they finally get him into the hospital bed, he's just screaming and screaming. Most of the nurses have had to leave because they just couldn't stand hearing him in that pain. Then Deku passes out. The doctors quickly look at his vitals and see that he flatlined. And then they immediately start doing compressions on him. Deku wakes up to see nothing. It's just black. He starts limping around but nothing's anywhere. Then Deku sees a blue outline of a person. Looks like an old man. He walks over to hear him say, "Use the Force." As Deku vitals start going up. Beep, 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 beep. Deku has saved himself from death. But right before Deku wakes up, the old man tells him to meditate. Deku wakes up in horrible pain. Deku looks around to see all the doctors trying to keep him alive. Deku tries to ask what's going on, but his voice box is so fried that he can't even talk. All he can mumble are, "What? Mom. He asks for his mom, and all the doctors go silent and just stop what they're doing. They tell him that she died. Then Deku remembers what happened. And he bursts into tears as he wonders, where was All Might when I needed him? Maybe he could have saved my mom. Could he? Several days go by and Deku's dad finally arrives. And as soon as he sees Deku, he's put into a fit of tears. As he runs towards him, the doctors tell him that he can't touch him unless he wants to put Deku in serious agony. Deku's dad just falls on his knees crying as he's just telling Deku he's sorry. He's sorry he wasn't there for him. And he's just so sad. And he just can't stop himself from crying. Then Deku's dad realizes one thing he can do. So Deku's dad bribes the doctors into letting Deku leave. And Deku's dad puts him on the first flight to America. When Deku arrives in America, he sees that he's been brought to his dad's work, his dad's company. And he realizes there's a lot of scientists in here. And Deku's dad says, don't worry, we're gonna have your body rebuilt in no time. And Deku wants to say, rebuilt? Then Deku passes out from what was put in his oxygen tank. When Deku wakes up, he can't feel his limbs anymore. He can't feel his legs, his arms. Why can't he feel them? Why can't he look down? Why can't he move? Then Deku's dad walks up and hugs him, says, thank goodness it worked. We did it, guys. Our first successful test. Thank goodness. Deku then asks, what happened? As Deku is finally able to look down, he sees that he's in some kind of suit. As he realizes his breaths are weirder than they were at the hospital. Deku realizes that there's something over his mouth, and the doctors then tell him, we had to amputate your limbs in order to give you this new body. You will now be able to move without being in pain, and you will now be able to breathe, sort of. Your inside damages were unable to be fixed. As Deku steps off of the thing, and he looks around and says, thank you. And then the doctor says, we gave you a slight strength boost, but that had to have come with the machinery, because you wouldn't have been able to walk in this machinery if you wouldn't have been able to have a slight strength boost. So, Deku and his dad go back to Japan in order to have his mom's funeral. So Deku decides to go back to where they both died, basically. Deku lost his body, and his mother lost her body, or at least her physical body. As he walks to the car that used to be in flames, as Deku feels as if something or someone's staring at him, he turns around to see no one, as he hears a voice mumble something in his ear. He couldn't tell what it was. He quickly looks to his left. No one. Then he hears the voice coming from his right, and a bunch of rubble. He starts walking towards the rubble, as the voice gets louder and louder. Then Deku lifts up a sheet of metal to find a crystal. A little purple crystal. Deku wonders what this is, but he decides to keep it, as he puts it in his pocket. So, Deku would start meditating a lot, and the figures that used to be in his dreams were now sprinting at him. Till one night, he had a dream that wasn't the type of dream you normally have. It wasn't a lucid dream, it wasn't a nightmare. Or maybe it was a nightmare. Maybe it was a lucid dream. Deku can't tell. So one day, Deku has a dream of a big temple with a bunch of floating cars or some kind of spaceships flying past him. Then, as quickly as he got in the dream, it was nighttime inside of the dream. And there was a fire coming out. Deku walks inside of the temple to hear screaming and some kind of blasts, like boom, 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 boom. And then it sounded like people were getting cut in half. It sounded like sizzling. As he looked down to see a head that had been decapitated, he picks it up to see some kind of helmet covering the lifeless face of a dead clone trooper. Deku looks out to see one of the robed figures he had seen beforehand in his dreams. He just cut down another robed figure, and then another. Then he saw one of those helmeted people shoot down another robed figure. Deku is horrified as he all of a sudden feels really hot as he turns around to see that same robed figure sitting on the lava bay with all of his limbs what do they call it? Amputated, yes. With only one remaining. As he says, "I hate you!" As he looks to his right to see some dark, masked figure screaming, "No!" as Deku is force pushed into a wall as Deku wakes up. Deku is just scared for his life. And then Deku looks into the hallway to see a blue figure, almost like a ghost. And it's a little green goblin. The goblin walks in as everything turns black. The goblin walks up to Deku, and Deku quickly steps back as the goblin says, Who might you be? And Deku says, My name is Izuku Midoriya. My name is Izuku Midoriya. Because I have to do like a deeper voice because of the voice changer that he has, and because of his burnt lungs. As the green goblin walks around Deku, as it taps his leg with a little cane. As the green goblin says, You are highly force sensitive. Which system are you from? And Deku says, Japan? As the green goblin says, I've never heard of a Japan. What planet are you from? As Deku says, Earth. As the green goblin says, I've never heard of an Earth. As Deku asks, Who are you? And what were those robed figures? As the little green goblin says, Those were Jedi. And soon you will be a Jedi as well. As Deku says, What? As Deku wakes up, realizing that he had been levitating every item in his room as they all dropped to the ground. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to end this episode off here. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Because if you guys want part 2, you guys gotta hit the like button. And while you're at it, United States of, smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Or even post part 2. So yeah, don't forget to go to the link in the description and join my Discord. So yeah, peace